Hey everybody, welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. Look, I wasn't planning on seeing y'all again until I was in the Gambia. That was my plan. Let me know if y'all can hear me because I don't have my microphone on because I'm expecting guests, and when I have guests, the microphone, I can't hear them, they can't hear me. It's just like a bad connection. All right, so what we're going to talk about tonight, we are going to talk about what's going on, what really happened at Elvins BNB. What's really going on with Elvins BNB? You know, as we heard last night, well, I didn't hear last night. I'm going to take that back. Hold on, y'all. I need to put this banana down. I was eating a banana before we started because I wasn't expecting to do this, y'all. This was all kind of like spare the moment, last minute, because I am, in the midst of leaving, okay? In the midst of getting ready to get up out of here. So I'm focusing on that, So I'm talking to one of my friends. Well, I consider all the people in the repack community good friends, okay? So let me see how I can say this. How can I say this? Because I don't want to involve people. Well, let's put it like this, okay? So this video last night from the Bag family, okay? Everybody know we're talking about the Bag family. Y'all know I'm not going to play like we're not talking about them, okay? So the video last night where they made statements about Elvins BNB. Y'all heard it just like I heard it. And you heard them say that there was some type of scam going on, correct? If I'm wrong, correct me. So I'm listening, but I'm still trying to figure out what type of scam is going on. So remember, I'm watching this in the morning. Okay, I'm watching this in the morning. I'm watching this, early this morning. So first I get to the part where they say 54 minutes and I believe 13 seconds into the video, they say that the United States is about to enter World War III, and we're going to go on lockdown by the end of the year. So after those statements, that just made me kind of question everything they were going to say after that, because those statements are not only inflammatory, okay, they're very inflammatory, okay, because where are your facts based on that? There's none. Oh, because there's a war and we're helping Ukraine, so you assume that, but you put that out there as facts. So people who are listening to you will assume that, oh, I better hurry up, get out of the United States. Once again, fear mongers, putting fear in the heart of people. I got to get out the United States because they're gonna be in World War II, and I'm not gonna have gas, and I'm gonna be on lockdown. Because that's what they told everybody, 54 minutes and 13 seconds into the video. And I live in the United States. I work in the United States. I travel back and forth to Africa. But that's funny, I don't know that. Because one thing I do know is that this United States of America that I live in, they're not going back on lockdown for nobody. For nobody. When they're sending the kids to school and telling them to take their mask off, you think they're going to lock this country down again and lose money? They're not doing that. They're not doing that. So to put that rumor out there as fact, that made me question everything these people were going to say after that. Okay? So, oh, I'm sorry, KWESI's here. Let me add him. So, KWESI, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can hear me?
Okay, so yeah, I'm just telling, oh, good, it's much better because you're here in the United States. Okay, so I'm just telling everybody, my reaction when I saw the video. Okay, when I saw these inflammatory statements in the video. Okay, so in this video, after they tell everybody that we're going to go to war, and that we're going to be on lockdown. the whole country's going to be locked down again by the end of the year, which is a complete lie. But they put that out there as truth. I knew everything they said after that was going to be questionable. Okay. So then I look at the video again, and I go to the part where she's talking about Elvins BNB. So before I even say anything about that, I need to let everybody know who doesn't know that when the Happy Companion and Eric from the Soul Food joint were pretending to be women and emailing me and snitching on people in the Gambia, telling things about people in the Gambia, trying to ruin people's reputation in the Gambia, Elvins BNB was one of the places, okay, that they had told me about. They emailed me about Elvins BNB so long ago. But you know why I didn't release that information was because I had no facts other than that email. And that was going to destroy that man's business, and that was going to destroy that man's reputation. And furthermore, that man does not have a YouTube channel. So I felt like my rules of engagement were you got to have a YouTube channel because you got to be able to defend yourself. You can't just have me looking into your life and looking at videos and saying this and saying that, and you don't even have a means to defend yourself. So I only use YouTube videos. So I never did talk about that. I asked you about it. You told me this person said you were the owner. The same thing the Bag family said, that you were the real owner, okay? This person told me that in the email. So it sounds like this is the Happy Companion, to be quite frank. To be frank with you, the same thing the Bag family said that this person was telling them, it sounds exactly what was in the email that the Happy Companion told me, that this Elvins BNB was really your place, okay? You were the owner of it, not the Elvin man. I don't know his real name. The Elvin guy. He was not the owner, but you were, okay? They said some other things that they put out there as rumors, but I didn't repeat those things. And I'm not going to repeat those things because I don't have any facts to repeat those things. All right? So that's why I thought I couldn't believe that the Bags family just came out and just basically destroyed this man's name, destroyed this man's reputation, and then just threw you in the middle of it, and there was no evidence that you even own it. I've seen the documents, y'all. I've seen the lease. I've seen the court papers. KWESI Boyd's name is nowhere on the paper.
Well. Let me start off by saying this, right? I think right now there's a push for the Gambian authorities and the Gambian government to investigate the activities of diaspora who are in the country, bringing about, instability in the country through petty bickering, exploitation of the land, exploitation of the Gambian people. And it's a sad day that we have to, instead of playing a positive role on the continent and building together as a community, we have to go back and forth with the police, have to go back and forth with the court, many hundreds and hundreds of hours of videos that just depict us in the worst light. And then you have people who have YouTube channels. I always start with Juliet because somebody made a post on my thread and they said Juliet single-handedly ruined the movement. And I can remember when I first started with her, Bag family was one of the families that, Rick, I knew Rick and Cynthia, before that. I went out to the land, maybe about 4 years ago before they even had the channel. And they've been to my compound. They've come and picked me up. So I know Rick and Cynthia very well. The way that they handle all of this situation is, it's unspeakable. It's really disgusting, being that, they've been to my compound, Juliet, all of them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not somebody that they do not know.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And, however, I do have Gambian family, and, there's a lot of people, just looking at these situations, and all we can do is present the facts and do as best we can to stop what is going to be the inevitable result of, confusion in the country. We already warring amongst each other, as
Mhm.
diaspora there,
Right.
the financial war, that is the biggest, most damaging thing that we can do, that and not win, that is going to just destroy all of our hopes and going to Africa, and you coming over there having to do this. Like I said, you shouldn't be over here, planning and having to be investigating all these things and researching all of this hours and hours of nonsense, and be like the only person doing it.
Mhm.
Everybody else, there's many people sitting by watching.
Yes.
They're
And
very
that
powerful.
that was something that somebody I was talking to in the comment section, he actually said that, that a lot of people knew this person was scamming people, but nobody ever said anything to him about that. So it is a lot of people who sit around, and watch things happen over there. That's something that I really did notice. But crazy, let's go to the people want to know what happened. They want to know what's the story, because they put it out there like there's this big scam going on at Elvins BNB.
What
The police are
this is
looking
what
for
happened.
you.
This
The
is what
police are
happened.
going to arrest y'all on. I mean, as soon as they see you, y'all. I mean, everything. There's going to be a warrant.
Hey,
So,
listen. This lady, Elvin, is someone that came through Art Kathy Hills. Through the whole drama, Elvin lived with me. We used to get up every morning. Actually, he was staying at the Ghana location. He stayed there. Right after they left out of there, when all that drama started, that's where Elvin was at, chilling. He had the whole compound.
So he was the original. So he was one of the original investors who invested with Art Kathy.
He was one of the original people that came in,
When
brought a
she
real
was there.
estate report, brought into the community. And he booked at Ghana location for long term, 6 months.
Okay.
And so he did that 6 months there, and then when all the drama and stuff was going on, I allowed him to come into my personal house, where he stayed for about another 4 months before we got him out on his feet in his own project. On his own. Let me hit him up and see if we can get him in here now. Hold on a second. His connection difficult over there, but we can get Elvin on. Very, very good brother. And he's experienced the same abuse and the same nasty, we are very nasty people, man. And
that's one thing I've noticed about the Gambia. The repats there are really like that. They're very abusive and nasty.
It's the leaders, apparently, you have blacks, and you have once blacks hit, Black Acres pretty much went on the warpath. Once Juliet shunned them, they feel like they had to, build their channel up, and they went and they did that. All right.
Okay, well, wait a minute. We're getting off now. Let's go back. So let's go back to what happened. Okay, so let's go back to what happened with Elvins BNB. Why is all this going on? Why are they saying that
I want to let everybody know this, that Elvins BNB, they owe us money over there, and you saw the document for that. When we went into the situation through somebody that we know through Blacksit, it's somebody that I know very well. We gave him $3,000 to secure a property, that particular property.
Okay, now I have a question. When you say we, who do you mean we? Are you talking about who are we when you say we?
Remember, it's a group of us that invested. It was 40 people. Okay. So a lot of, we still, a lot of us are still together. The majority of the people that didn't turn hypocrite. So we still moving and doing things, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the people that were hurt because of that first blow up, those people that are continuing to be hurt, particularly Elvin.
Okay. So it's this group of, this core group of people are still together. We just don't know who they are because they're just not on YouTube. So these,
of course, because there's still a whole process that need to take place with that. You know what I mean? It's been established that me and Art Kathy's not liable. Now, who's liable? Like I said, I need the community to come out. And as a community, you can't move forward without this being addressed, because nobody's safe. Nobody's investment is safe if 40 plus people and you know, 500 other people who are looking to invest and come here could be attacked without any repercussions.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, by people who do not, you know, that are from the UK, supported by, the only time people coming together there is when it's against real Pan-Africanist movement. You know, that's why so much hate towards me, you know, present to me something. I've just finished speaking with somebody, a very powerful person that seen me since Juliet. You know, people are watching. Like, I got people in high levels of governments that's family members.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, this is going to run its course.
Mhm.
However, what I'm hearing is, you know, we don't want another Liberia over there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand? And then,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, if I have Gambian family over there, and every time they turn around, you got these people from America attacking me, and my family's big. I got a big family, you know, and then what they're seeing on YouTube, you know, other people, somebody gonna have to go at some point. You know, if we don't target the individuals that are making the problem and get them out of there, then, you know, it's going to come a point where everybody is not going to be comfortable in the country.
So what
And
happened
I'm not making
after?
that up.
Okay, here he is. So tell me what happened after. Hey, Mr. Elvin.
Elvin, what up,
Hello.
Elvin?
All right, all right.
Look at my brother, man. Got that nice shirt on.
Yeah,
Hey,
pretty good, pretty good.
nice to meet you.
All right, thank you. Glad to meet
So
you.
as I was telling Quincy before you joined the live stream, I had received an email about you from the Happy Companion and Eric from the Soul Food Joint a long time ago. This was probably back in maybe, what is this? This was in 2021. Okay. This is back when they were sending me emails and they were pretending to be a female. Okay. They had told me about your place, and this is what they told me in the email. They said that you were just the front person for KWESI Boyd. The KWESI Boyd was the real owner of the place, and it was really a front place for him. Okay. They also said some other things that I will not say because the things were horrible, and they would destroy you as a businessman, and they would just destroy your reputation as a decent, respectable man. So
Wow.
I refused to read that email, and I refused to even talk about that because, for one, I didn't know you. Okay. You were not on
Right.
YouTube, and I didn't feel like that was right for me to say things about you without you having a place to defend yourself. Okay. So what
Right.
I did, I went to KWESI, okay, because they said KWESI was the owner, and I knew I could get in touch with KWESI. So I got in touch with KWESI. KWESI told me that wasn't the case, and I left it at that. I was not going to talk about your business. I was not going to bring you into this situation because I felt like, for one, like I said, you are not on YouTube, so why bring your business and your reputation to YouTube? So I
Hey,
refused to do
Kiki.
that.
Hey, Kiki.
Yeah.
Let me say something. And I just finished telling them, Elvin, that you stayed at Ghana Town and you came through Art Cathy. You stayed at Ghana Town for about 6 months when all the drama started. And then you came and you stayed at my compound where you are now, because we had to get you out of Elvins BNB. We had to shut it down because there was a lady there and her son attacking Elvin's wife, right? You know, she came there and she made ran off guests. She ran off guests, her and her son, and
Yes.
we just had problems with the owner of the property. Like I said, it's a group of us that's we still have an investment group there. Right there in that compound, there's 15 people. We're a community. It's not about me and then me being the owner. No, we're a community. We have families we're taking care of. We're all working together. Everybody have contracts. Remember, it's an economic community, and this is what these people do. They make it about one person. They
Yeah.
make it about, and it is usually about themselves. Elvin
Exactly.
came, all of that drama. Elvin stayed Ghana Town there. I want to show you guys the pictures, but the pictures are on my Facebook page at KWESI Boyd. Beautiful place, you know, Phoenix. Right after they left and started that, then he came to my house. So he stayed there for a minute before we decided to go back out and him to get his own spot. And you know, of course, you know, as a community, you'll see on my page as well, just some pictures. You know, we went all in there and produced something that he can have for, you know, himself, and as a part of our community model. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's all it was at the end of the day. And however, when we went in there, we leased it from a guy that I know through Blacksit, you know, and he actually assisted in several of my marriages. So we know the guy very well. We gave him $3,000. He went to that compound and he made arrangements with a guy that was there and the owner. However, we got a receipt. Okay. We got everything that we needed to do as far as, you know, our payment is concerned.
Yes.
And gave it to the guy, and we got the key and everything. We go in, right? We just had and then 2 months later, the owner comes out of nowhere because we never seen the owner. It's just the guy we're dealing with. He the agent, so we got the key. The owner come around and say, hey, he never got the $3,000. Because we're, you know, Elvin's there, so we, you know, me and the team, you know, the team handles everything. I'm just in the background. I'll never deal with anything. You understand what I mean? I'm just there and orchestrating, making certain things happen, but I try not to deal with the Gambian brothers because they have a different way of doing business, and you know, so I let them deal with them. You know, me and Elvin, I try to keep us away from dealing with because they'll charge you more. So, you know, one of my wives or, you know, one of the girls that's working for me usually go out and they take care of all of that stuff for us. You know, however, this guy comes around and tell Elvin he didn't get the money. We contact the guy. He took the money and he spent the money. We end up going to court. Like I said, I was just there. There was Elvin and one of the young ladies that work with the organization was going back and forth to court. You know, and I would go sometime because, you know, they can be very unfair in the system, you know. So, you know, 2 or 3 of us have to go and, you know, just to make sure that we don't get overlooked or they start speaking a different language and then we don't know what's going on. So any case, they made us pay all the money, $3,000. The $3,000 we had to pay. Elvin had to pay $6,000. It was a place that Elvin found. He had to pay $6,000, you know. So we paid the guy $3,000. He took all of that. All of that was going maybe about $600, you know. Yeah, about $600. So we had to pay 24, you know, additional 2,400 on top of you know, what Elvin had to pay initially. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I had to come out and, you know, because I'm supporting him to get on his own, anybody to get on their own feet. You understand what I'm saying? And so I had to come out my own pocket just to, you know, because the guy came through me just to pay for it. And I, you know, I was like, the guy, I'll make him work it off. You know what I mean? You know, my bag. But how he did it was he kind of did something slick with Elvin when we went to the bank and got the money. And he took Elvin to the house with the receipt and got the key and everything because he made an agreement with the people that owned the property. They had something, they had some bullshit going on. And then the owner, we go to court, they make us pay all the money. So we
stop, Kiami. Go ahead, KWESI. Keep going. Stop.
Okay. The dog.
No, that's my dog. Go ahead.
Well, any case, so the guy who owned the property, this is the weird thing, through the court process, the guy who took the money, the guy who owned the property, his name is Yusufa. I have a picture of him. He was putting tremendous pressure on the other guy. He was helping us, you know. And how long did you have to go to court for that?
At least twice. Two or three times.
No, not the new one. The situation before, when we was going back in court for like 3 or 4 months.
Oh yeah, that was a number of times though. I can't remember right offhand how many, but it was a number of times though.
Now, Mr. Elvin, I want to ask you a question. So can you kind of back us up, because we don't know you, so we need to kind of understand who you are. So can you kind of tell us about how you wound up in the Gambia and how you wound up running, you know, how you ended up running Elvins BNB? Can you first kind of tell us about that? Do you hear me?
I think
He
he's
froze.
froze up. That's the problem I used to have over there, and people used
I
to be on
know.
my behind about it.
Because I want him to tell. I want him to tell how that whole
Yeah,
experience went for
that's
him.
what I want
You
him
know
to
what
do.
I'm saying?
I want him to tell
Exactly, because
that.
that's
I'm not even gonna
important that
say no more.
people hear that this movement was for real. This was a real movement
Hey,
that the
listen, take
Dusty
me out
Divas
when he
went
come
over there
back
and
in.
destroyed.
Listen, when he come back in, just take me out so he can tell, and everybody can listen to this brother, and he can tell his experience and you know, the hardship he have to go through if this damn internet come
Oh, we
back in.
lost it. Okay, so okay, KWESI. So let's keep going. So okay, we're gonna start. We're gonna go back to. So you guys have set him up in this business. Okay, his
Yeah,
business that he wants to do is the bed and breakfast. So you
yeah,
guys invest, relocate Africa has helped him invest, helped him relocate, helped him set up his business. Okay,
right. Mm-hmm.
so that's the affiliation that he has with you, but it is not just with you. There's 40 other people that are doing all this together that we just don't know about. Okay, so now we're at that point. So tell me now.
Well, no. The 40 people that invested, a lot of them, you know, through the messages. You remember she left her messenger open, so all the people who,
Yeah,
you know, got involved with it, then they automatically, you know, they liable, so they wouldn't be entitled to get anything if there's any monetary compensation, which there should be.
no,
Okay.
I mean with help getting Mr. Elvin established.
Okay, so we probably have about 20 people, about 25 people that
Okay,
we have established that was not with the bullshit, you know, at that time, causing
okay,
and fanning the flame of the. Okay, about 25
okay.
people right now that are, you know, we down right now, but the whole economy's down. But we, like I tell everybody, we're not going to lose, because don't you guys, you already established the people that has something the most to do with it. You know, they have a lot of assets, but I don't want to get into that
Well, right. So
right now.
let's go back
We're
to
going to get
okay.
into,
So
when I
Mr.
see you, we're going
Elvin.
to talk about that later. I'll tell you a little bit more about all that.
Okay. So Mr. Elvin is set up in his. So now Mr. Elvin is set up in his business. Here he comes again. So he's set up in his business. Okay. As soon as I can get it strong, y'all.
Technical difficulties there.
Oh, no, that's fine. Mr. Elvin, did you hear the question? Did you want me to ask you
No,
again?
I didn't. I didn't hear it.
Okay. Well, we want to know. We want you to tell us how you ended up in the Gambia and how you ended up running Elvins BNB. Can you share that journey with us?
Yeah, well, I basically came here last December before last, and so you know I was watching the videos, you know, like everyone else, you know, and I was interested. I followed Art Cathy first, and so she was the one I followed, and I was interested in her videos. So I needed a place to stay. I rented, like KWESI was saying, I rented the place out in what was that? Ghana Town. Yeah, Ghana Town, and I stayed there. I had a good experience though. So I stayed there for about 6 months. You know, I wanted to invest in some land first, so I did that. First of all, I invested in some land, and after that, I want to get into a business. And then this opportunity came up for a bed and breakfast opportunity. So, you know, I looked for a property to rent, and with the intention to open up a business. So that's what I did. Of course, I got with KWESI and got a little assistance because I was already staying with him, at the Ghana Town. So one of his properties. So I got some help from him because it was like a community. We use the community to help each other. So so yeah, once I did that, I say, well, I got some land now. Now I need to have a way to actually stay out here. I need an income, and like I say, so the bed and breakfast opportunity came up. Found the property, rented it, and the thing that just went haywire is when the guy just ran off with the money. Basically, for the most part, he ran off with the initial down payment. The down payment part. That's when it basically all went downhill. That
3,000.
was like a simple.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I want to just clarify. So in your opinion, the business it went awry, it went bad because of the man taking the money in the first place. The Gambian man taking the money, the agent taking the money, correct?
The agent,
Not
yeah, it was
because
the agent. Yeah.
Because some people are saying it's your affiliation with KWESI BOYD that's caused your business to go through this. So we want to get that clear.
No, that had
how
nothing to
you
do.
feel about that.
Kiki, most of our business don't even come from YouTube.
Exactly. So that's
our white clientele, every time we get black people, it's a problem. All right. Yeah. Every time black people come through, the white people, no problem.
Okay, wait a minute, KWESI. Let him answer, because I want people to understand this, because people they're not hearing what is being said. So maybe if you say it, what you feel caused you these problems, then maybe they'll believe it. So you feel, again, when you repeat what you feel was the initial cause of your business experiencing these difficulties.
Well, that was pretty much a setback when he ran off with that down payment money right there. That put us already in the hole, like almost $3,000 in the hole. So we didn't even know about it. We had to. I think it was maybe a month later that the owner Yusuf, he came by and say, what about the money? I'm thinking he already got paid.
Okay.
He said, no, I never received the money. So I'm like, wow, that took me off guard.
Now, Elvin, and Kiki.
Yeah.
Kiki.
Yes.
Elvin left the bank with the money I gave. Went in the bank, I got the money lump sum. Elvin had the money transferred over, and I gave money. He went in the car with the agent. I just wanted to share that part, and went to the house. So Elvin thinking he gave the people the money and got the key. That's all I wanted to share. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I did the money. I gave the money to the guy. I'm not going to say his name now. He's a very influential person in there, and it's messed up in the government. He's a very influential person. But anyway, he got all of this nonsense started for the most part. But I mean, it's Elvin went to bring the money, so Elvin transacted the money. Go ahead, Elvin.
Yeah, and we pretty much coming in now. Coming in, we told the guy that we're gonna run a business. So now, when you add up, okay, we already had the one setback with the money. Then the guy, I guess he must have changed his mind or got jealous, or seeing that we was making some money, people was coming by, we was having a lot of customers there. He said, well, now he wants to get part of that. It's a problem now that we're making money.
50,000.
So now he want to add on extra money onto what we already paid. And then, like I say, we was already in the hole, 3,000. So that's how it got the ball rolling like that.
We paid the whole year, Kiki. We paid the whole year. Then we had to pay another half.
Yeah.
So we paid 50 more percent than we were supposed to pay. After the court, we agreed, hey, we'll just pay the money. It was on our end. It was about $2,500 we had to pay.
So after you paid the money, were you guys was Mr. Elvin? Were you still in the place?
Yes. Yeah. We still in the place doing the business.
So you were still running.
Right.
So you were running. So tell me, you were advertising on Bag. So tell me, how did you even meet Bag? So did you contact them and ask them, could you advertise on there?
I'm trying to. How did I meet Bag? I basically just met Bag. I guess I would say about maybe 3 months later, because I had never really met them, but I just reached out to them because they kind of was people that I was interested. I know they was diasporan, and I saw some of their videos. Actually, I saw some of the videos before I even came here, and I just wanted to reach out to them. And because I knew they were kind of popular, I said, well, let me kind of, latch on to them because they kind of, have a following. So I said I could advertise with them, get some type of advertising.
Within the community, trying to work within that toxic community. That's all. But like I said, most of the, we don't have to do that. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Elvin. Continue.
No,
Right. Basically, just trying to reach out, you know, because we all diasporans. So I'm just trying to reach out to other ones.
Okay. And so then after that, so everything is going good. So tell me when things started going bad. When did you start noticing something? We having issues.
I would say maybe in issue. Well, I guess that was when Yusuf started to ask for the money. You know, the extra money. You know, yeah, the extra, because we was like already in the hole. So we kept the more and more pressure, because we making the payments.
The court documents say that we're gonna pay the damn money to the guy. Okay, we said later for it, we're just gonna pay the money. You know, so you know, I came out and I put money there. You know what I mean, just so that Elvin numbers can stay right. You know, because it's hard. I mean, it is not huge profit. But anyway, we paid him his money, and then he basically tried to extort us and Elvin and
extra money, right? Extra.
And then he tried to kick us out. He, you know, that's what he did. He, you know, he tried to kick Elvin out, but Elvin and his wife has suffered so much abuse under the lady and her son that was there. You know, you guys can go into that.
Okay, that's what we want to get back to. Okay, so wait a minute, hold on. So let's go back to, okay, so you're at the place now. Who is the lady and her son? What? So did you have the lady and her son? Was they employees? Who were they?
They were actually guests. They were guests. They were guests. They actually came like 3 different occasions. And on the 3rd occasion, they wanted to invest with into the business, into the BNB. Yes, and so by us already being in the hole, we accepted some investors that, you know, kind of help out, you know, help get back over the hump.
Right.
But that turned out to be not a good decision, because they totally, I mean, weren't trying to build at all. I mean, they was like, they as soon as they came in, it was like bad news. I'm talking about from day one. None of they
give us some examples. Can you give us some examples?
They was like eating the guest food, throwing it away, you know, going into the refrigerator and just ransacking people's things.
Telling the guests we are bad.
Telling the guests we were bad, and we offered food for the guests.
Yeah.
Okay.
They would go behind us and try to feed the guests, to try to knock us off of the money that we were getting.
So would they charge the guests for the food they would feed them?
Yeah, they started feeding. They started trying to feed them.
We had a program, and Kiki, trust me, we did not need her $1,000, but she said she wanted to come in and help so that she can have some skin in the game. We allowed her to do that, but she had a free room there. She didn't have to pay for her room. We paid her son. We gave her son. He had his own room. We paid him.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
we paid him. And then when they left, how the investment was broke down over 12 months, they would receive $88 towards their principal, and then $33 towards their interest. Okay. At the end of the year, the principal would equal out to be about $1,000, and then the interest would be about $400. Okay.
Okay. So maybe that's the person that the bad people are talking about.
Right. Okay. Now listen to this. Let me finish the math. So 3 months in it, we paid her 3 payments. So that means she received the equivalent of $100 in investment. I mean, interest.
Okay.
25% of what she should have got annually, right? Because we did pay her 3 times, and then $88 times 3, right?
Okay.
So that's about $250 and about 25% of her investment back. So she was only owed at the time we decided he was putting pressure on us, but she did so much damage while she was there running off good guests. We decided that we need to let that whole property just die out, because there, you know, it started off bad, and we had to have a tag along that was in the back. There was he was an alcoholic, and you know, like I said, it was beautiful property. But you know,
what did you say, Mr. Elvin?
No, I was gonna say he was a thief also. The first day I got there, I had my phone like in front of the compound, right inside the doorway.
Okay.
He ran off my phone.
Now, who was he?
He was like he stayed in the back. Yeah, he stayed in the
came-
back.
in
Like,
the back.
the people who owned the property, they basically would not give us the property because they were still doing work on the property that we were in. We did a lot of work there to fix the property up. It wasn't livable. And then in the front, they had him there. He's a friend of the family, but he was a part. He was like he was a part of the deal. So in any case, the guy starts to.
Can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear KWESI? Because I can't hear anything.
I can hear you. Yeah, you can hear it, Elvin.
Yeah. Yes, I can hear. Yep.
Oh, I can't hear anything.
Oh wow. Let me move up maybe.
How did you?
I don't know what's wrong.
You hear me?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I can't hear anybody.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see what's wrong. Let me see
Okay.
if something's wrong with my phone.
All right.
Keep talking, KWESI.
Okay. So in any case,
I don't know what's wrong.
and this is the sad thing, Kiki, because the guy who owned the property,
I can't hear a thing.
damn, you're gonna have to wait because she needs to hear this. The guy,
Yeah.
I can't hear anybody saying anything.
Okay, I'm gonna speak to the audience. Let me see. The weird thing is that the guy, he was helping us try to recover the money from the other guy, and we've spent about 3 months at least going back and forth to court and communicating. And then after we agree to pay the money, and you would think we can continue to have a positive relationship to do some long-term things, he want to extort us for $1,000, and saw that we was willing to come forward and pay. After he allowed an agent, it was really him giving up the key. It was an agent relationship. He should have ate half of that cost, that liability. He should have took half of that liability because he allowed the agent to come into that equation. And we're gonna see if Kiki get back on. Anybody that's been tuning in and watching, this KWESI Go Hard Gambia, Kiki has done a lot of work to just expose just the hate and the division that's in the Gambia. I'm here to confirm that as I have, and this is just a continuation of nonsense that's coming from the Black community. And we something has to be done. Something is going to be done. Unfortunately, it's coming in a way where